Spoštovane goste, spoštovani gosti, dovolite, da vas predsrčno pozdravimo v prostorih Univerze v Ljubljani, na novinarski konferenci Univerze v Ljubljani, Geološkega zavoda Republike Slovenije in Mednarodnega konzorcija za zemeljske plazove, ki ima sedež v Kyotu na Japonskem. V središču današnje pozornosti bo torej dogodek, ki se začenja danes v Ljubljani, to je 4. svetovni forum o zemeljskih plazovih. Novinarska konferenca bo potekala v slovenskem in angleškem jeziku, saj imamo na novinarski konferenci tudi gosti iz tujine. Dovolite, da v svoji sredini pozdravljam z moje desne najprej direktorja Geološkega zavoda Slovenije, raziskovalca na področju procesov na zemeljskem površju, doktorja Miloša Bavca. Potem v svoji sredini pozdravljamo raziskovalca na Geološkem zavodu Kanade, prihajajočega predsednika Mednarodnega konzorcija za zemeljske plazove doktora Petra Bobrovskega. Desno od mene je direktor UNESCO-vega urada za okoljske in zemeljske znanosti v Parizu, gospod Čudi Han. Dovolite, da predstavim sebe kot povezovalca te novinarske konference. Sem tukaj v vlogi predsednika tega 4. svetovnega foruma za zemeljske plazove, tudi podpredsednik Mednarodnega konzorcija za zemeljske plazove in dekan Fakultete za gradbeništvo in geodezijo, moje ime je Matjaž Mikoš. Dovolite, da v uvodu na začetku kot predsednik foruma povem nekaj besed o tem dogodku. Verjetno veste, ali pa ste slišali, da ta dogodek družno organizira več ustanov, najprej Mednarodni konzorcij za zemeljske plazove, Mednarodni program za zemeljske plazove, ter v Sloveniji Univerza v Ljubljani z dvema fakultetama, Naravoslovno-tehniško fakulteto in Fakulteto za gradbeništvo in geodezijo, dve fakulteti sta članici konzorcija, in Geološki zavod Slovenije. Tudi Geološki zavod Slovenije je član tega konzorcija. Poudariti moram, da organizacijo v Sloveniji podpirajo resorna ministrstva, Ministrstvo za obrambo, Ministrstvo za okolje in prostor, Ministrstvo za infrastrukturo, prav tako Inženirska zbornica Slovenije ter Uprava za zaščito in reševanje Republike Slovenije, ki deluje v okviru Ministrstva za obrambo. Seznanjena je s tem dogodkom in podpira pa tudi Svet Vlade Republike Slovenije za varstvo pred naravnimi in drugimi nesrečami. Kaj je forum? Forum je pravzaprav prispevek k uresničevanju dokumenta, ki se imenuje 70. okvir za zmanjševanje tega nesreč. Ta dokument ima veljavnost 2015-2030, potrjen je bil v Sendanu, na Japonskem, leta 2015, potrdile sprejele so ga članice Združenih narodov v okviru 3. konference Združenih narodov o zmanjšanju tveganja nesreč. Da so zemeljski plazovi nevaren naravni pojav, s katerim se moramo pravzaprav seznanjati vsi v družbi in skupaj krepiti odpornost družbe na njihovo delovanje, prepoznava tudi predsednik Republike Slovenije, gospod Borut Pahor, ki je častni pokrovitelj foruma. Pozdravil je mednarodno sodelovanje Slovenije na tem področju, vlogo Slovenije na torej skupnih svetovnih prizadevanjih za zmanjšanje tveganja nesreč. Moto tega dogodka foruma je raziskovanje in zmanjševanje delovanja zemeljskih plazov za dvig kulture sobivanja z naravnimi tveganji. Mislim, da moramo poudariti, da je mednarodno srečanje v Ljubljani 4. po vrsti, dogaja se po uspešnih forumih, ki so bili v Tokiju 2008, Rimu 2011 in Pekingu 2014. Glavne teme, ki jih bomo obravnavali na dnevnem redu, so naslednje. Krepitev 70 partnerstv, gre za 10-letno ljubo, in prispevek Mednarodnega konzorcija za zemeljske plazove kot podporo temu sengajskemu okviru. Nadalje napredek pri raziskovanju zemeljskih plazov, pri tehnologijah sanacije zemeljskih plazov, obravnavali bomo raznolikost oblik zemeljskega plazenja in zemeljske plazove v različnih okoljih. To so glavne teme, ki bomo obravnavali. V okviru dela foruma bomo predebatirali in Ljubljansko deklaracijo z datumom 2017. Gre za dokument, s katerim bo mednarodni konzorcij še dodatno se zavezal, da bo usmerjal svoje delo in napore na področju varstva pred zemeljskimi plazovi ob sodelovanju z drugimi dejavniki v svetu. Morda moramo poudariti, da bo k temu dokumentu v sredo svečanim podpisom med drugimi organizacijami pristopila v Sloveniji tudi Uprava Republike Slovenije za zaščito in reševanje. V častnem odboru foruma so predstavniki številnih mednarodnih organizacij, ki podpirajo delo mednarodnega konzorcija, v glavnem iz sestave Združenih narodov, tudi recimo UNESCO ali druge mednarodne organizacije, ki se povezujejo in podpirajo delo mednarodnega združenja, konzorcija, podpirajo nas pa tudi posamezne nacionalne ustanove, konkretno Slovenije strokovno društvo. Znanstveni odbor tega posvetovanja je sestavljeno preko 100 strokovnjakov, organizacijski odbor v Sloveniji pa več 10 strokovnjakov s področja zemljina. V Cankarjevem domu od jutri do petka pričakujemo preko 600 udeležencev. Poudaril bi, posebej smo veseli, da bo med njimi preko 100 študentov. Zakaj? Gre za prispevek k krepitvi prenosa znanja med različnimi odločevalci, pa tudi med različnimi generacijami. Lahko bi zaključil ta prvi del izjave, da je Slovenija torej v tem delu neke vrste center na področju preventive, varstva pred zemeljskimi plazovi in to neposredno po koncu sestanka v Cancunu v Mehiki, ki se je končal prejšnji teden. To pa je bila globalna platforma Združenih narodov za zmanjšanje tveganja nesreč. Zdaj bi dal besedo gostom, tako da bom vprašal v angleščini. Dovolite, da torej dam besedo najprej gospodu Petru Bobrovskemu. So, dear Peter Bobrovsky, I will give now floor to you. You are the president-elect of the International Consortium of Landslides. You have been also one of the founding members of the ICL. And can you shortly present the structure of the consortium and aims? As we know, this consortium is a non-governmental institution, and what is our role in the worldwide efforts for landslide risk reduction? Please.
Thank you very much, Professor Nikos, and thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. I think it's a personal pleasure for me to be here and a great honor to represent the Geological Survey of Canada as the incoming president. But I should say, for instance, if you're following the news today, you've noticed that there have been these horrible deaths in Sri Lanka due to flooding and landslides. And I think that's a good example. Literally, a day does not go by on Earth where somewhere someone is affected by landslides of some magnitude. And our organization started about 20 years ago. Actually, in 1997, began with a group of scientists proposing a project idea to UNESCO under what was called the International Geological Correlation Program, Project 425, under the leadership of Professor Sasa. And during that time, during those 4 years of scientific research, scientists from a number of countries from around the world realized that a 4-year project is not sustainable to really impact and provide help globally to communities, people, governments around the world in terms of identifying, mitigating, and dealing with landslide hazards. So in 2002, an NGO was formed officially, the International Consortium of Landslides. And as you mentioned, there was a small founding group of scientists and therefore countries that launched this. And our goal was quite simple then. It was to try to increase the awareness and response and reduce the risk associated with landslides on a global level. It sounds like an insurmountable task, and it's a long-term task. It's something that can't have a shelf life. So with that, we've been slowly attracting various partners that we feel could influence governments, policies, help with our communication on a global scale, but also keep attracting top-notch scientific organizations. And so, as you can see now, for example, here in Slovenia, it's Center of Excellence. We're recognizing such key locations around the world, not just, of course, in this country, but other countries, where expertise in dealing with landslides is available. Our aim is, of course, to help the public in the long term, is reduce the deaths, reduce the costs associated with these hazards. And the problems, of course, that we have to deal with is that landslides are not only triggered by rain, but they're also triggered by earthquakes. They're also triggered by human activities. And so we really have quite the job to deal with it, because it's not just one focal type of triggering mechanism. We also want to impact, of course, at a very global political level. And I think now our link with the Sendai Partnerships gives us, I think, a political role. Although it's a scientific community that's addressing this. We're apolitical, we're non-governmental, but politicians have put forward a benchmark for all sciences to achieve. And I think the ICL and its associated IPL programs have stepped up to this challenge by formally taking on this representation on behalf of landslide experts around the world. And so I think that's, in a nutshell, what ICL IPL does.
Thank you. Can you maybe explain what is the role of World Landslide Forums? Is the force in front of us? So what is the importance for our work of the ICL?
Yeah, so good question. So besides the number of projects we hold and annual business meetings like any other organization, the idea for the World Landslide Forum is to create a venue, a location that's specifically focused on the landslide community. As you know, there are many hundreds, if not thousands, of meetings taking place around the world annually in scientific matters. But there was never a single location or opportunity for just landslide experts to gather. Normally, these experts would be associated indirectly with other types of meetings that are being held around the world. I don't have to list these, but there are all kinds of general engineering, geologic, forestry-related meetings, and this would be a small topic. So providing such a focused meeting was very good because it didn't dilute the information that we have to present, and we attracted a number of experts who would normally not hear or be presented and become aware of the expertise that's being done. So the forums that started in 2008 and are held every third year, this is the fourth one, as you know. Now that we know that we have this cycle, 3-year cycles of organizing these forums, this gives people opportunity to start planning how to present their up-to-date research. You're getting state-of-the-art information here, so whatever's being presented here hasn't been published elsewhere. So it's new, fresh, hot off the press, and there'll be people here that aren't aware of that type of work that can take that information back to their own countries, apply that in their own areas. We also develop partnerships for collaboration to enhance the quality and output of our own work. All of us do that every time we come to one of the forums. We normally liaise with a few other partners that will be joining us as collaborators in something else. So it becomes a win-win situation for everybody. Again, we're very glad that Matches' colleagues managed to convince your local governments and national governments to host this here. This is the first time we're holding it in this region of the world. As you know, it's been held in Tokyo in China and Rome. And so this is the first time we've moved to this area. So it's an appropriate area to do it. You're familiar, obviously you're all familiar with the type of terrain you live in. It's a good laboratory for looking at landslides. There's a number of exciting field trips that are always offered after the World Landslide Forum. We have 3 coming from after this one here. Will take us to another classic examples of landslides that have happened in the past, potential landslides, monitoring activities, how they've impacted people. So this is hands-on, get your hands dirty, get your mind well-fed with research. It's probably one of the best outcomes, I think, from ICL that we have these World Landslide Forums. And it has its legacy because we have documentation that's produced, photographic evidence, of course, people have experienced this, as I said. So one World Landslide Forum leads to the next. And so these will go on, I'm sure, for
Okay, thank you, Dr. Bobrowski. Thank you, Peter. Mr. Khan, you are director of the Division on Ecological and Earth Sciences of UNESCO, but you're also chair of the International Program on Landslides Global Promotion Committee, so you are involved into the ICL work. You know ICL for several years, for quite a long period, and you, as UNESCO representative, you are supporting our activities very strongly. Can you elaborate on the importance of ICL and World Landslide Forums for the UNESCO, please?
Well, thank you, Professor Nikos, for this very important opportunity. I come from UNESCO. I'm speaking on behalf of UNESCO, particularly the science team, that we are very pleased that to have the opportunity to join you as the fourth World Landslide Forum in Ljubljana. This is a very important gathering, as just now the teacher has explained the importance of the World Landslide Forum this time. And now for UNESCO, the ICL, International Consortium of Landslide, is extremely important organization. You have mentioned before that the initiative started in 1997 as a science initiative through a UNESCO program called International Geological Correlation Program. A project looked into the landslide and related the science measures and the impact to the development issues, in particular related to the heritage of that UNESCO has expertise and the mandate. We have seen this initiative result into this new form of organization that will bring together the world top level of science, technology, expertise, and also the demand from developing countries that together to look at this very fragmented, in fact, the more intensified phenomenon that of the natural hazard, and sometimes lead to really the disaster. Now, from UNESCO, we consider the ICL particularly important because we see it's a form of scientific communities to go beyond just research and try to connect the research agenda to the development agenda. I think that is important. And this, I think, is also reflected in this time, the World Landslide Forum, the fourth session. If you look at that, there's, as the Peter just said, there's a political dimension, that the Sendai Partnership, which is the important session. Then there will be the sessions on research, on technologies, on the diversity of the landslide, and also the different environment context that is such a disaster when it happens. So there will be very, very interesting, comprehensive presentation debate. So for us, that to bring science to the development agenda and to bring the science that connect the countries from the north and south is extremely important. And that's why UNESCO attached a great importance to this organization, ICL, and to its program agenda. Now, UNESCO has been associated with this development ICL from the very beginning, and we are very honored to be the sponsor, one of the sponsor organizations. We will continue. Now, just I want to mention that regarding the Slovenia, the hosting for this landslide forum, this is just part of UNESCO activity with Slovenia, that we have actually brought a very broad the engagement in all the fields of the science, education, and cultural and heritage programs. In Slovenia, there are 3 World Heritage sites, there are 3 biosphere reserves, and we have this new destination scheme, the UNESCO Global Geoparks. Slovenia have a member. So we hope that this cooperation can continue, but we are particularly from my division, my team, would like to continue contributing to the ICL development. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Khan, for your explanations about the role and UNESCO's support for the ICL. Let us now skip again to Slovenian language. Torej, lepo zagotovim, da imate gospoda prevod, tega slovenskega besedila, tako da lahko sledite. Zdaj bi rad dal besedo direktorju Geološkega zavoda Slovenije, dr. Milu Pavcu. Gospod direktor, Geološki zavod Slovenije je tudi član mednarodnega konzorcija za zemeljske plazove in je tudi voditelj programa na področju varstva predzemeljskih plazov v Sloveniji. Ali nam lahko, prosim, opišete mednarodno sodelovanje Geološkega zavoda Slovenije? Prosim.
Hvala, dekan Mikoš. Jaz bi želel najprej izkoristiti priložnost za veliko zahvalo in izpostavljanje dekana, organizatorja in motorja tega dogodka, ki se ni zgodil samo od sebe, tudi slovenski položaj v ICL ni samo po sebi umemben, kot veste, mora vedno biti en motor in na srečo ga imamo tukaj za omizjem. Torej, mednarodna dejavnost Geološkega zavoda je razvejena, tako na drugih področjih, kot na področju zemeljskih plazov. Tudi na drugih področjih se pravi v našem celotnem delovanju, kakšno četrtino naših aktivnosti upravljamo v sodelovanju v tujini. Moram pa reči, da v zadnjih letih verjetno najhitreje raste ravno dejavnost na področju preventive, nekaj manj pa tudi z teh sanacijskih ukrepov na področju zemeljskih plazov. Ravno v ta trenutek sem odšel iz srečanja, ki ga gostimo v strani ICL-ovega dogodka glavnega, in sicer srečanje ekspertne skupine Evropskih združenj Evropskih geoloških zavodov z področja opazovanja zemeljnega površja in geoloških nevarnosti. To se dogaja ta trenutek na Geološkem zavodu. Pri tem sem se srečal tudi z generalnim sekretarjem Evropskih geoloških zavodov, ki prihaja na dogodek podpisati dogovor o sodelovanju oziroma pristopitvi k sendajskemu sporazumu, kar je predvsej velika stvar. Združenje Evropskih geoloških zavodov združuje 37 geoloških zavodov iz Evrope. Mi smo polnopravni člani in med drugim smo lani tudi gostili generalno skupščino v Ljubljani. Tradicionalno smo povezani tudi razne evropske skupnosti, tudi z balkansko-jadransko regijo in veseli nas, da bomo lahko nekakšno manjšo izvedbo mednarodnega srečanja na temo varovanja raziskav na področju zemeljskih plazov pustili v jeseni, oktobra. Konferenci se reče Rezila, združuje preiskovalce zemeljskih plazov z območja jadransko-balkanske regije, ni pa zaprta. Seveda, najbolj ni potrebno omenjati, da smo zelo aktivni na področju izvajanja različnih mednarodnih projektov na področju zemeljskih plazov, morda je celo več, jaz mislim, da je že precej več kot domačih. In tukaj se izkazuje, da je pri raziskavah velikost države ni nujno neposredno povezana tudi z raziskovanjem uspehi. Področje, ki ga obvladujemo raziskovalno, je neskončno in mednarodno aplicirati, kako poskušamo čim bolj tudi.
Hvala lepa, vas lahko prosim še kot geološkega strokovnjaka, pa da smo malo bolj konkretni. Kako vi vidite stanje na področju varstva predzemeljskih plazov, prav specifično v Sloveniji? Kako ocenite?
Ja, stroko imamo na vrhunskem nivoju. To ni samo hvala, to se izkazuje z izjemno visoko rangiranimi objavami in visokim statusom naših raziskovalcev, ne samo tisti, ki delajo tudi na Geološkem zavodu, tudi na Univerzi v Ljubljani ali v veliki meri pri Univerzi v Ljubljani, nekaj tudi drugih inštitutih. svetovni ravni v vrhu. Težko sodim, oziroma ne upam dokončno soditi, kakšno je stanje pri sanaciji plazov. Jaz mislim, da ni slabo, da stroka tukaj uspe spregovoriti običajno. Žal pa imamo katastrofalno stanje na področju preventive. Prav, kar malo neverjetno je, kako veliko razumevanja naletimo vsakič pri pogovoru o tem, kako je preventiva pomembna, kako je neizmerljivo cenejša od sanacij. In še bolj neverjetno je, kako iz tega ne uspemo narediti nekih resnih dolgoročnih rezultatov. Že dolgo leta imamo stroko v Sloveniji v rokah metodologije in rezultate za pravzaprav napovedovanje na nek način napovedovanje pojavljanja zemljskih plazov, vendar to nekako ne gre v praksi. Upamo, da se gre pa seveda vsakim letom so znaki boljši in upam, da bomo tudi v Sloveniji na področju preventive lahko nekaj ukrepov.
Hvala lepa, jaz upam, da bo s tem dogodkom seveda resorno ministrstvo, zdaj to za okolje in prostor, za preventivo spoznalo to